It's so big. I haven't actually worn this shirt in a hot minute. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this. My name is Brandon Aries. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about weight loss. In order to fully understand the story, I'm going to take you back to Christmas Day 2019. This is a picture of me, my mother, and my sister. I weighed in at 265.3 pounds.
I was a big boy.
I was also in a relationship at that time. This is something that people don't really talk about, but when you get into a relationship, after 6 months, a year, whatever, you get comfortable. You're gonna gain weight. That's what happened to me. When you're in a relationship, you usually go out to eat sometimes. Sometimes it goes into almost every day. You go out instead of stay home and cook meals. Long story short, when you get into a relationship, you're gonna gain relationship weight. At the beginning of 2019, I was about 185, 190 pounds. And by Christmas time, I was 265.
Holy cannolis.
But after that day, I was like, you know what? I gotta make a change. I gotta do something. I started intermittent fasting, which is a really good tool. I was fasting between 16 and 20 hours a day. Most of the time, I only ate lunch and sometimes dinner. I was also broke and stressed, so that didn't really add to my weight loss. If anything, it caused more weight gain. Fast forward to March, I had lost 20 pounds, so I was about 240, 245. And then, heartbreak. I was in a 3-year relationship and it didn't really work out, so it ended. On top of being broke and stressed, I was now alone. And literally right after the breakup was COVID. So I had no choice but to stay in my room all day and all night, alone, depressed, anxious. I couldn't eat anything for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I was mainly just doing liquids and then maybe a snack or something. With the lack of eating, I had lost another 15 to 20 pounds. So I'm 220 to 225. Quarantine happens. I'm not allowed to leave my house. The only thing I can do is sit in my room and play video games, as well as try online school. That's a nightmare. I wouldn't wish it on anyone, yet I'm gonna graduate. So naturally, when you play video games, you tend to get hungry when you're bored. In between matches of Call of Duty or whatever games we were playing, I would go to the kitchen and I would grab a snack. One snack became 3, became 5, and I gained the 15 to 20 pounds that I'd lost with all my not eating. So I was back to 240, back to square 2. Because square one was 265. You get the point. When I stepped on that scale, that was the ultimate trigger for me to want to better myself and improve. And I said, you know what? This is it. I'm going to lose the weight. I started off very, very simple. I just went out for walks. Sometimes at 2, 3 in the morning because I couldn't sleep. I was anxious. So I'd go out and I'd just walk. I would listen to my music, walk and walk and walk. There were some days I would walk a mile, 3 miles, 5 miles, almost 10 miles a day because there was nothing else to do. And I just wanted to get out of my own head. I listened to music, sad music, because
we were in sad boy hours.
And one mistake I did was that I cut my calories down drastically. I was only eating 1,000 to about 12 to 1,400 calories a day, and that's really bad for your metabolism, but I made it work. Once things started to get a little better with COVID, I went to Walmart. I was so lucky. I was looking to get some dumbbells because I wanted to start, exercising and building muscle. Almost all the weights were gone. And then there was one pair left of 25-pound dumbbells. I wanted 20 pound, but they only had 25. Now my mom already had 5-pound dumbbells and 10-pound dumbbells. But as I was already trying to progress with those, I was already getting stronger every day because I was just working out every day. I was bored. I stopped playing video games and I just worked out. And even when I did play video games, in between matches, instead of grabbing a snack, I would do push-ups or sit-ups or attempt pull-ups or bicep curls or squats. So I started exercising with the 25-pound dumbbells and that got very light. And I was like, man, I wish there was a gym that I can go to and get stronger. Eventually, COVID started lightening up and the gym started to open again. So I started to go to the gym 5 to 6 days a week. I would do a push, pull, and legs routine. I started losing more weight. It's about May, June, I'm about 220 pounds. After that, I set a goal for myself. I said, by my birthday in August, I want to be under 200 pounds. I worked my ass off. Every single day, I was at the gym, hitting it hard, focusing on my nutrition. Now, when the scale didn't go down, I was a little bummed out. But what I had to remember is that the scale isn't gonna go down every day. Weight loss is an adventure, it's a journey. So you have to be patient with it. Fast forward to the last week in July. I was about 205, 206 pounds. And I was like, man, I only got like 6 to 7 more pounds to go. What do I do? The scale was kind of plateauing for a little bit. I looked online like,
how to lose a few pounds in a few days.
And I stumbled across another form of fasting where you fast for more than 20 hours. I fasted for 3 days. It's apparently a 3-day fast where you don't eat anything, but you still drink water. That was the worst thing I've ever done in terms of losing weight. Every time I went down or went to work or just sat down and got up, I was lightheaded. I felt like I was gonna pass out. But the week of my birthday comes around and I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I lost about 8 pounds. So I went from 206 to 198.5. the day before my birthday. And I was like, I did it, I'm under 200 pounds. Fast forward into the beginning of the fall semester, I was weighing in at 190 pounds. I started to kind of stall and plateau again. And I was like, man, how am I gonna get out of this? I wanna keep losing weight. What I didn't realize is that I was going to the gym and changing my routine. I was building more muscle. Now the weight has become muscle. Some of my favorite activities to do are jump rope, and it really works your mindset, even if you just do 10 to 15 minutes. And it's also a lot of fun learning the new tricks and everything like that. I had started in maybe August or September. I was just progressing, and then back in December, I was really learning how to do more tricks, and I still want to learn other tricks. And I want to get better. I feel like that's the great thing about a weight loss journey, is improving and getting better at things. Another thing I like to do is play basketball. Ever since I was a kid, I played basketball. I would spend my summers at my grandma's house, and she lived right across the street from a park. So I would go to the park and I would play basketball all day until the sun went down. And it's a lot of fun, even just playing by yourself, listening to music. I like to play around the world. If I'm with people, I like to play 2-ball. 2-ball is really, really fun. Or GTFO, or 21. But when I'm by myself, around the world just does the job for me. In September, I met a mutual friend of me and my buddy Joey. His name is Jeff. One day, I just went up to him and asked him hey, do you mind if we work out together? And he was like, yeah, of course, that'd be cool. And we started working out together. We still do. And he was honestly a big push for me to get stronger. He was already a pretty jacked, in shape dude. And then there was me. But there's me now. And there's even some parts where we're actually on the same level of strength. He was a motivation for me to keep getting stronger. I highly recommend that. If you lack the motivation, or you just don't really get encouraged when you go to the gym, find someone to work out with. Get a partner. When you encourage each other to surpass your limits or go for that extra rep, there's just something about it inside that feels amazing. Fast forward to about November, December, I was bulking by accident. I just wasn't really as strict with my calories, and I ended up putting on almost 10 pounds of muscle. So I was almost 200 pounds, but I was starting to get very jacked. And I was like, I'm not a huge fan of it. So I cut my calories back down. That kind of leads to where I am now in terms of muscle and being lean. I didn't think that I would be on this level of strength as well as being as lean as I can. I'm not saying that I'm done. There are still improvements that I can make, and that should always be a thing. Keep going to the gym, especially if you like it. I started to love the gym. For me, that is my therapy. I don't like to be called, texted, nothing. So this shirt is a reminder of the progress and journey that I went through. The journey that I went through to get to this. If you're struggling with trying to find the motivation or weight loss in general, I definitely recommend it because there's definitely some pros and cons. One pro is you start to feel better about yourself. Like me, whenever I get out of the gym and I'm done, I feel good, especially if I have like a really good workout that I felt I did or I hit a new PR. I feel great. I'm proud of myself. Con, body dysmorphia. I constantly am looking in the mirror and feeling like I am not enough or I'm too small. I actually got self-conscious the other day. A person that I haven't seen in a good amount of time, we met up and she was like, oh my God, you're so skinny. And in my head, I was just like, what? I'm in pretty good shape right now. But for someone to say, wow, you are so skinny. Absolute kill shots. Another pro, your clothes start to fit better or you fit into smaller clothing. When I was really heavy, I was an XL and that was like even a little snug on me. Now, being around 188 to 192 pounds, I am a medium. And I haven't been a medium since my senior year of high school. I still have clothing of mine from high school that fits me again. Con, people will think of you very differently. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why is that a con? There are certain people that don't look at you the same way you do. So they'll be like, oh, well, I thought you were fine back then. That kind of statement lingers in your head. Like, do I go back to that? Like, did people prefer me that way better? You have to look at it this way. You're in a better place, not only physically, but most likely mentally, at least in my experience. The main things I learned when it came to weight loss is that it's 20% exercise and 80% nutrition. A lot of the time when people tell me like, oh, I'm gonna go on a diet or I'm gonna lose weight. Oh, that's great. Like, what plan are you doing? What are you thinking of doing? And they're like,
Oh, well, I'm cutting out carbs. I'm going on keto.
I'm just not gonna eat.
why are you like this? The best thing to learn is that you don't have to cut out any food group to lose weight. You don't even have to work out to lose weight. Carbs don't make you fat. Fat doesn't make you fat. Sugar doesn't make you fat.
Eating too much does.
When you eat at a level that helps you maintain your weight, that's called your maintenance calories. When you eat more than your maintenance calories, it's called a surplus. And when you eat less than your body burns, it's called a deficit. When you're losing weight, it's a slight, and I mean slight, calorie deficit. I literally went over 1,000 calories under. Also, you don't have to cut out any foods that you like. One of my favorite foods that I will never give up in my diet is ice cream. I eat ice cream almost every day. You find healthier options. A pint of Ben & Jerry's is about almost 1,200 calories per pint. And then you have Halo Top. I know a good amount of people, like especially on TikTok, do not like Halo Top and they just make their
Anabolic protein ice cream.
But that stuff tastes gross. It's also extremely icy and not very creamy. It's just like this, like it's just got like this soupy slush consistency that I don't really like. Those are only anywhere between 300 and 400 calories per pint. Like if you like Oreos, try the Oreo Thins or work it into your daily intake. Don't get me wrong, I still have my cheat days, but everything is good in moderation. Like you can still eat Oreos, you could still eat pizza, you could still have French fries, you can still go out to eat. It's just the moderation and looking at healthier options. Another thing that's important is protein, 0.6 to 1.2 grams per pound of body weight. I do about 0.8 to 1 because that's like my range that I like. Another thing that is important is macronutrients.
Hey Brandon, what are macronutrients?
Macronutrients are your carbs, your fats, and your proteins. Honestly, I'm just so happy that I finally got myself to go to the gym, lose weight, feel better about myself, feel more confident. This summer is gonna be a hot boy summer. So we're feeling good. I'm not trying to sound cocky or arrogant. I'm just finally confident being in my own skin. Losing weight and weightlifting and improving yourself physically, going to the gym really helps with your confidence, your self-love, self-esteem, understanding your worth and your value that you bring. I feel like I'm rambling now, so I think I'm gonna end it here. If anybody is trying to lose weight in 2021, I hope that this video helped. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below about your weight loss journeys. I'd love to hear them. Question of the day: what is one food, if you had to go on a diet, that you refuse to cut out? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, guys, I'm Brandon Aries. I'll see you guys. Peace.